Okay, so hello, welcome to the Learning Sim on the Learn English Network, and this is where we're reading The Little Prince. Of course, I'm Lynn from the Learn English Network. If you don't know that yet, you'll never know. Can anybody see a couple of changes I made to the sim from last time? A couple of additions, a couple of changes. Yeah, the Earth, the Moon, well, or an asteroid, I don't know, but there they are. That's where the little prince comes from. And a couple of changes, small changes, but maybe important. A normal box, yes, shiny. Well done. I think, have you got the observation badge already? I think there's an observation badge coming your way. Let me just check. Awesome job. Indeed, awesome job. Let me have a look.
A present with ribbons, I see.
Yes.
Am I right?
It's a
Yeah,
proper
yeah, that's nice.
gift box. It's a proper present.
Nothing inside. You think you will be
Well, there
given
was a sheep.
something
This
that
one,
you...
no. Think about it. He drew the box, and the little prince saw the sheep inside the box. So, you know, it depends. It depends what you see. Sadly, Shiny, you've already got the observation box, but if I could, I'd give you another one for that. Yeah, but if you remember, the present has changed. The present last week, you kept complaining, April, that it was a Christmas present because it had Christmas wrapping paper on it, and this is a different box. This is a new box. It's a non. What would you say? Sort of not a non-event. It's just a present. It's just a box. There's no significance on the paper wrapping. It could be a birthday present. It could be a Christmas present. It could be a Valentine's Day present. Doesn't matter. So it is a different box, honestly. And yes, orbiting the Earth is the moon. That's right. Of course, it doesn't really go around like that, but never mind. And one more change. One more change. In fact, two more changes, but I'm about to correct one of them.
The rose has changed.
Yes,
No?
that's right. It's more like I found the rose eventually, so it's a proper rose. And I'm trying to get my snake, but he seems to have disappeared.
I don't remember the old one. I'm sorry.
There you see.
The old one was a bush of roses.
Ah,
It was a
yeah,
rose bush.
right.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right. It was a rose bush, and now it's a single rose. Because he falls in love with a rose, and I thought, well, could you fall in love with a rose bush? I'm not sure. So now I'm just trying to find my boa, but I can't find him. Where's he gone to? I've lost my snake. I've lost my little snake. I don't know where I put him. Well, that's annoying if he's just disappeared just because I detached him. Oh well, I'll have to find him later, I guess. Don't know where he is. Okay, so, Shiny, when you've stopped hopping around... Oh dear. Then today, let's see, I think the first person who spoke to me was April, who said you are very fast today. So April, you were the fastest. Then Eleanor, and last but not least, Shiny. So I guess whenever you're ready, I presume you've all got the book and you've all got to the right page. Okay. Okay, April, whenever you're ready.
I am ready. And I have time now until he awake. until he is awake.
Until he
Okay.
awakens or until he wakes up.
Until he awakened. Until he wakes up. Over everything, the king made a gesture, which took in his planet, the other planets, and all the stars. Over all that? Asked the little prince. Over all that, the king answered, for his rule was not only absolute, it was also universal. And the stars obey you? Certainly they do, the king said. They obey instantly. I do not permit insubordination. Such power was a thing for the little prince to marvel at. If he had been master of such complete authority, he would have been able to watch the sunset not 44 times in one day, but 72, or even 100, or even 200 times, without ever having to move his chair. And because he felt a bit sad as he remembered his little planet which he had forsaken, he plucked up his courage to ask the king a favor. I should like to see a sunset. Do me that kindness. Or does the sun to set? If I ordered a general to fly from one flower to another like a butterfly, or to write a tragic drama, or to change himself into a seabird, and if the general did not carry out the order that he had received, which one of us would be in the wrong? The king demanded. The general or myself? You, said the little prince firmly. Exactly. One must require from each one the duty which each one can perform, the king went on. Accepted authority rests first of all on reason. If you ordered your people to go and throw themselves into the sea, they would rise up in revolution. I have the right to require obedience because my orders are reasonable. Then, my son said, the little prince reminded him, for he never forgot a question once he had asked it. You shall have your sunset. I shall command it. But, according to my science of government, I shall wait until conditions are favorable. When will that be? Inquired the little prince.
Very good. Well done. Yeah. No, well done. We'll do a page a day. A page a day? We'll do a page each today. Okay, and see how many pages we can get through. So, the first word there is to perform. The stress is on the form, not perform. So, perform would be something like one signature per form. Okay? But to perform, as in to give a performance, the stress is on the second syllable. Okay? Try it. Perform.
Perform.
That's it. And revolution, well done.
I wasn't very sure.
Yeah, no.
I said good. That, yeah.
Good. You corrected yourself. You said your brain stopped you and you thought, oh, it doesn't sound right. And that's excellent. Okay. Talking about a revolution. Anyway, excellent. Any questions about the text? There is a word in there. I want to just check you all know what it means. To forsake. Yeah? To forsake. Any ideas what it means?
To give up.
Leave? To give up? To abandon?
To abandon is better, yes. We have a saying in the wedding vows, forsaking all others. So it can also mean to give up all others, as in, you'll be faithful. And there's also a song, do not forsake me, oh my darling, on this our wedding day. I'll see if I can find the link. It's a great song. It's a Western song. I love Western songs, by the way. Maybe that should be my. I should do a. On karaoke, I should do a Western song. If you know the film High Noon, that's where it comes from. The film High Noon is wonderful. Okay. Let me share it.
Does that word also come in the Outlang Syne or something? The song in for the New Year?
No, should old
No?
acquaintance be forgot? For the sake of Auld Lang Syne, not forsake.
For the sake.
Yeah. Now I'd have to go through all the lyrics to make sure that it doesn't actually appear, but I don't think it does. So I think you'll find that for the sake of, not forsake of. Moz is online, so let me just get him here. Off a teleport. Oh, okay. He'll have to end up in the box as well. I can't be bothered to stand up. Okay. No more questions? No questions? Awesome. I'll share the link to the video in the forum so as not to distract you now. Eleanor, whenever you are ready.
Okay. Hum hum, replied the king, and before saying anything else, he consulted a bulky almanac. Hum hum, that will be that will be this evening about 20 minutes to 8. And you will see how well I am obeyed. The little prince yawned. He was regretting his lost sunset, and then, too, he was already beginning to be a little bored. I have nothing more to do here, he said to the king, so I shall set out on my way again. Do not go, said the king, who was very proud of having a subject. Do not go, I will make you a minister. Minister of what? Minister of justice. But there is nobody here to judge. We do not know that, the king said to him. I have not yet made a complete tour of my kingdom. I am very old. There is no room here for a carriage, and it tires me to walk. Oh, but I have looked already, said the little prince, turning around to give one more glance to the other side of the planet. On that side, as on this, there was nobody at all. Then you shall judge yourself, the king answered. That is the most difficult thing of all. It is much more difficult to judge oneself than to judge others. If you succeed in judging yourself rightly, then you are indeed a man of true wisdom. Yes, said the little prince, but I can't judge myself anywhere. I do not need to live on this planet. Said the king. I have good reason to believe that somewhere on my planet there is an old rat. I hear him at night. You can't judge this old rat. From time to time you will condemn him to death. Thus his life will depend on your justice. But you will pardon him on each occasion, for he must be treated thriftily. He is the only one we have. I, replied the little prince, do not like to condemn anyone to death, and now I think I will go on my way. No, said the king.
Very good. Well done. So you know who's going to come up now, don't you? If we're going to have an old rat, then we've got to have Ratty.
Yeah, but you had also a big one, I remember, in the prison.
Yes, but that's in Second Life. That's in Second Life. So,
yeah, right. Yeah.
When we were doing, in Reading Jail. That's right.
Oscar Wilde, yeah.
Okay, welcome, Moz. Hello. Did you get your shopping done? Awesome. Good, good, good. Well, take a pew, and we're on page. Ooh, don't know what page. 38 of the book now. So almost halfway there. Very good. Okay. Shiny. Oh, sorry. No, no. Oh, hang on. I've not done your corrections, Eleanor. Oh, it's very remiss. Very remiss of me. Okay, just that hum. It's more when it's in the book. It's more or hum rather than hum. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might say he started to hum. Okay, when you're describing what somebody's doing.
I mean, yeah, melody. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's more doing a sort of okay, well, I don't know. So hum. April, you started to do it. Would you like to do it? Hum. Oh, I think she's looking after baby. So try it. Hum.
Hum.
You see the word you want to say hum, but it's sort of onomatopoeic, yeah? It's one of those words that sounds like... Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, in Polish the same, yeah.
That's it. Oh. I mean, you can say it in all sorts of different ways, but it's not the verb to hum, it's more the actual expression, okay? Hum. Okay.
Hum.
Yeah. Very boring when it's just said. Okay, so then the next bit, I will make you a minister. You could say, I'll make you a minister, but you've got to get that make, not may. I'll make you a minister. Try it.
I will make you a minister.
Very
Is it
good.
better?
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
This one you need to download, I'm afraid, Moz. Okay. Has anybody got the link to the actual download? I've got it somewhere in my bookmarks, I think. Reading.
I have, just a moment, I have opened it online. Here you have it.
Thank you very much, Eleanor. Yeah, I've got it somewhere, but it's a case of finding it. Okay. Okay, Shiny, if you would like to read the next page. In fact, it's a short page, so read the next 2 pages, okay?
Okay. The little prince, having now completed his preparations for departure, had no wish to grieve the old monarch. If your majesty wishes to be promptly obeyed, he said, he should be able to give me a reasonable order. He should be able, for example, to order me to be gone by the end of 1 minute. It seems to me that conditions are favorable. As the king made no answer, the little prince hesitated a moment. Then, with a sigh, he took his leave. I make you my ambassador, the king called out hastily. He had a magnificent air of authority. The grown-ups are very strange, the little prince said to himself as he continued on his journey. Chapter 11. The little prince visits the conceited man. The second planet was inhabited by a conceited man. I'm about to receive a visit for an admirer, he exclaimed from afar. When he first saw the little prince coming, for to conceited man, all other men are admirers. Good morning, said the little prince. That is a queer hat you are wearing. It is a hat for salutes, the conceited man replied. It is to raise in salute when people acclaim me. Unfortunately, nobody at all ever passes this way. Yes, said the little prince, who did not understand what the conceited man was talking about.
Very good, well done. Okay. We all know somebody like that, don't we? Okay, so you're not saying anything. That's fine. So Shiny, first your words. Okay. Let me just get you your smiley as well. Hang on a second. Oh gosh. Okay, so the first word that you struggled a little bit with was monarch. Not arc, monarch. A monarch. A king, a queen. It's a genderless term for the monarchy. Yeah, a monarch. Try it.
Monarch.
That's it. There's even a monarch butterfly, believe it or not. Fascinating little creatures. The monarch butterfly, look it up. But yes, the monarch, the king, the queen. Queen Elizabeth is the monarch of England. The Queen of England. Queen has a gender, female. Monarch has no gender. Okay. Then majesty. The stress is slightly different. Not majesty, but majesty. We do say majestic. Yeah, it was majestic. But majesty. Try it.
Majesty.
Very good. Your Majesty, you might say to Queen Eleanor. Your Majesty, you're looking very majestic. Okay, then hastily. Remember this A, the long A. You really don't like the long A, but you've got to get used to it. Hastily.
Hastily.
That's it. Then inhabited. You get your smiley because you've got that. You've corrected yourself. To inhabit somewhere. Inhabited, uninhabited. Try it.
Inhabited.
Very good. Then again this long A. Exclaimed.
Exclaimed.
And again the long A. Acclaim.
Acclaim.
Yeah. Aim. Acclaim.
Acclaim.
That's it. Lame, aim, acclaim. Okay. You're welcome. We're going to get there with these long A's. I know you don't like them, but we'll get there in the end. Oh, Eleanor's disappeared. Where's she gone? Oh, hopefully she's not crashed. Yeah, it's offline. She must have crashed. Okay, so any questions before we move on? No? Oh, Eleanor's coming back. That's good.
Yes, I have crashed.
Welcome back. Yeah, I crashed. It was in the past. I have crashed.
Yeah, in the past.
Would be
I
have crashed would be a ghostly voice as you disappear. Oh no, I've crashed.
Yeah.
Or I'm crashing. I crashed. Finished with you're back. That's fine. Welcome back. Okay, Moz, have you got voice?
No.
No? Okay, then you can't read.
No. Not using it, that's why.
Have you got the book?
Yes, I got the Chinese reading, so I think clap your hands.
Your hands. Yeah, good. Well done. So if you read that page 37, okay?
I'll be reading you. Clap your hands, one against the other. The conceited man now directed him. The little prince clapped his hands. The conceited man raised his hat in a modest salute. This is more entertaining than the visit to the king, the little prince said to to himself, and he began again to clap his hands, one against the other. The conceited man again raised his hat in salute. After 5 minutes of this exercise, the little prince grew tired of the game's monotony. And what should one to do make the hat come down? He asked, but the conceited man did not hear him. Conceited people never hear anything but praise. Do you really admire me very much? He demanded of the little prince. What does that mean? Admire? To admire mean that you regard me as the handsomest, the best dressed, the richest, and the most intelligent man on this planet. But you are the only man on your planet. Do me this kindness, admire me just the same. I admire you, said the little prince, shrugging his shoulders slightly. But what is there in that to interest you so much? And the little prince went away. The grown-ups are certainly very odd, he said to himself as he continued on his journey.
Very
Chapter
good.
12.
Well done. Yep, that's fine. Thank you. We're just doing one page each today, and then going to see how far we get. Okay. So we'll all probably get to read another page before we finish, which is good. So first of all, let's just do this. I've got my strange hat on. Sadly, I can't tip my hat to you. I haven't got that gesture, but never mind. The first, just the one word correction for pronunciation, and that's to praise. It's more of a z, not praise. Praise. It's not a soft S, it's a z, vibrating. Praise. Praise be.
Okay. Praise.
That's it, yeah, to praise. And then just a correction of the text. It should say to admire means. It means this, it means that. But you read it correctly, but it's a mistake in the text, okay?
What's on my mind, it means a bit S, but
Yeah.
really no.
Yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means. Okay. Oh, April's got a crying baby. I think that means April's grandson is being grizzly again. No worries, April. We might be able to come back round to you if you can get him settled. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so there's also a word in there. I just want to make sure you know what it means to shrug. Can you all shrug your avatars? You might have to stand up for this.
I could do it in Second Life, but here I don't remember which key it is.
It's forward
Shrug your-
slash shrug. Yeah, so forward slash shrug for me. But you might have to stand up because you're in a pose when you're sitting.
Ah, okay.
So try standing.
Yeah.
See if it works.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Yeah, just a moment.
Yay!
Ah, yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Good.
Okay, can you do it, Moz? If you type in local chat forward slash like that, and then the word shrug. See if it works for you.
What is it again?
Okay, without the
mean-
quotes, without the quote marks, type this. Okay.
Okay.
Yay! That's it. So if you don't understand something, or if you're just not bothered by something, you can shrug. Okay. Very good. Well done. Well done. Okay, so we're skipping April. We're on chapter 12. So Eleanor, I think it's your turn. If you'd like to start reading.
Okay. Chapter 12. The little prince visits the tippler. The next planet was inhabited by a tippler. This was a very short visit, but it plunged the little prince into deep dejection. "What are you doing there?" he said to the tippler, whom he found settled down in silence before a collection of empty bottles and also a collection of full bottles. "I am drinking," replied the tippler, with a lugubrious air. "Why are you drinking?" demanded the little prince. "So that I may forget," replied the tippler. "Forget what?" inquired the little prince, who already was sorry for him. "Forget that I am ashamed," the tippler confessed, hanging his head. "Ashamed of what?" insisted the little prince, who wanted to help him. "Ashamed of drinking." The tippler brought his speech to an end and shut himself up in an impregnable silence.
Could you carry on just...
The end of the page.
Oh yeah, could you finish the chapter? Sorry, I thought I'd...
Ah, yeah. And the little prince went away, puzzled. "The grown-ups are certainly very, very odd," he said to himself as he continued on his journey.
Very good, well done. Perfect. No corrections.
Oh.
Any questions though? Do you all know what a tippler is? Do you know what it means to have a tipple? Yeah.
I have found it, so I will give you the link.
I
Yeah.
like a tipple from time to time.
But if you do it to an excess or constantly, so a kind of alcoholic, I suppose. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody might offer you a tipple. They might say to you, "Would you like a tipple?" And it just means, "Would you like something alcoholic to drink?" And normally it does mean alcohol. Yeah. So it can be any kind of tipple. Okay. So your favourite is there as well, Eleanor. Your favourite tipple? Vodka?
Oh, yeah. Second Life Absolute Vodka.
That's it.
I'm usually constantly tipsy, falling
That's
on
it.
the table. Oh. Yeah, wow, yeah. My favorite bottle, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any questions? Do you know what an impregnable silence is? If something
I
is
have found it.
impregnable, an impregnable fort, yeah? Go on, would you like to explain, Eleanor?
Something that can't be ever shaken. So stubborn silence, I would say. Am I right?
Not quite.
Continuous,
because continuous
continuous
and
silence.
unbreakable. Yeah.
Unbreakable.
That's
Yes.
it. An impregnable fort. That's an easier concept to understand. Is a fort that can't be attacked. You know, an impregnable fortress, an impregnable safe, a safe that can't be opened by anybody who hasn't got the key, of course. Just unable to be captured or broken into. And an impregnable silence is just a silence that you daren't break with any sound or noise. Okay? It's like, "Oh, I better not say anything. It's so quiet in here." You just daren't break the silence. An impregnable argument. Yeah, good one, Eleanor. That's the kind of argument I think you like.
Of course, yeah, I adore them, but I'm not very good at making them.
Oh, shame. So, very good. Well done. Shiny, are you ready to read? April will need to let us know when she's back, by the way. So, I'll just put a notice.
Yes.
Okay, so if you'd like to read the next page, please.
Yes, thank you. Chapter 13. The Little Prince visits the businessman. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. This man was so much occupied that he did not even raise his head at the little prince's arrival. Good morning, the little prince said to him. Your cigarette has gone out. 3 and 2 make 5. 5 and 7 make 12. 12 and 3 make 15. Good morning. 15 and 7 make 22. 22 and 6 make 28. I haven't time to light it again. 26 and 5 make 31. Phew. Then that makes 501,622,731. 500 million what? Asked the little prince. Are you still there? 501 million. I can't stop. I have so much to do. I'm concerned with matters of consequence. I don't amuse myself with balderdash. 2 and 5 make 7. 501 million what? What? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. The businessman raised his head. During the
Okay, yeah.
During
well
the 15
Stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 words, or 1 phrase, 1 word. Let's do asked first. Okay, you still have a tendency to make it sound like axed. Okay, it's asked. You've got to get it the right way. Asked. Try it.
Asked.
That's better. Perfect. I think when it's on its own, you're fine. It's when it's mixed in with other words, it gets a little bit muddled in your mouth. So well done. And then the little prince's, because it's got us. So you say the little prince's arrival, the little prince's planet. Okay.
The little prince's arrival.
Perfect. Well done. Okay, so I think Moz is still away. Moz, are you back? Nope. Okay, so Eleanor, you've got a lot to do today. Sorry.
Yeah, by chance.
There you go. So if you could read the next page, please.
Okay. During the 54 years that I have inhabited on this planet, I have been disturbed only 3 times. The first time was 22 years ago, when some giddy goose fell from goodness knows where. He made the most frightful noise that resounded all over the place, and I made 4 mistakes in my addition. The second time, 11 years ago, I was disturbed by an attack of rheumatism. I don't get enough exercise. I have no time for loafing. The third time, well, this is it. I was saying then 501 millions. Millions of what? The businessman suddenly realized that there was no hope of being left in peace until he answered this question. Millions of those little objects, he said, which one sometimes sees in the sky. Flies? Oh no, little glittering objects. Bees? Oh no, little golden objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming. As for me, I am concerned with matters of consequence. There is no time for idle dreaming in my life. Ah, you mean the stars? Yes, that's it, the stars. And what do you do with 500 millions of stars? 501,622,731. I am concerned with matters of consequence. I am accurate. And what do you do with these stars? What do I do with them? Yes, nothing. I own them. You own the stars.
Very good. Well done. It's one of my favourite chapters, this.
Yeah.
Superb. Okay, so just a couple of little words. Okay, and it's very strange that you did this yourself. Okay, you're going to kick yourself, but there's no
Okay.
that I have inhabited this planet. Okay,
Yeah,
so we do
indeed.
say I have lived on this planet. I have lived
Yes,
on
yes,
this
yes, of
planet.
course.
But you wouldn't say I have inhabited on, just I have inhabited this planet, okay? No preposition. Okay, and then the next one is a question. Okay, he says, as in understanding, but then he does question it. You mean the stars? Not, you mean the stars, yeah. Okay. So,
You mean the stars?
that's
Is it better?
it. Much better.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's still questioning. He's saying, I think I understand, but then questioning. That question mark, you do need to make it into a question. You mean the stars, or you mean the stars? Okay. As in, do you? Hey, April, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay,
Yeah,
so
maybe
April,
I have 5 minutes. Maybe I have 5 minutes now. He has had his bottle,
oh, well done. You
so
got him settled.
you must be satisfied. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Okay, we're on page on my copy 42, but it might be somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you'd like to read that
I've
page
got
whilst
it.
you've got some time, okay?
Okay. Yes, but I have already seen a king who kings do not own their reign over. It is a very different matter. And what good does it do you to know? And what good does it do you? Huh? And what good does it do you to own the stars? It does me the good of making me rich. And what good does it do you to be rich? It makes it possible for me to buy more stars if any are ever discovered. This man, the little prince, said to himself, reasons a little like my poor tippler. Nevertheless, he still had some more questions. How is it possible for one to own the stars? To whom do they belong? The businessman retorted peevishly. I don't know, to nobody. Then they belong to me, because I was the first person to think of it. Copyright, copyright. Is that all that is necessary? Certainly, when you find a diamond that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you discover an island that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you get an idea before anyone else, you take out a patent on it, it is yours. So, with me, I own the stars because nobody else before me ever thought of owning them. Yes, that is true, said the little prince. And what do you do with them? I administer them, replied the businessman. I count them and recount them. It is difficult, but I am a man who is naturally interested in matters of consequence. The little prince was still not satisfied. If I owned a silk scarf, he said, I could put it around my neck and take it away with me. If I owned a flower, I could pluck that flower and take it away with me. But you cannot pluck the stars from heaven.
Very good. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. No real corrections, just a little observation. And yes, thank you for the copyright. We were talking about copyright earlier, and that's exactly the kind of crazy thinking copyright has. So that said, this book used to be copyrighted, so it's just out of copyright now. Awesome. It's a crazy world we live in. So, patent.
Patent. Patent.
Okay, patent.
Patent if
Patent.
you want to sound British. patent if you want to sound American. Okay.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would go, if I ever had a brilliantly original idea, I could go to the patent office. But if I was an American, I'd have to find the patent office. So not a correction at all, but an observation. Okay. And you all know what a patent is?
Have the same word in Polish, so it's
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Dutch too.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you invent something, you take out a patent, and if nobody else has invented the same thing, if somebody already has filed a patent, and people file patents, especially for mobile phone technology, even if they haven't actually created that thing yet, they'll file a patent, and then if anybody else creates it and actually uses it, they can say they filed the patent first and sue them. If you just look at the history of Apple and Android phones, you'll find lots of patenting going on, and it's a very dodgy business. But other patents have been quite useful for us, like Alexander Graham Bell, he patented the phone, and other people have patented things like televisions. Everything you see around you probably has got a patent on it. Apart from you. You are unique and nobody can patent you. Yet. Who owns the patent on your DNA, by the way? Have a look. Look it up online. Who owns your DNA? Okay, is Moz back yet?
Lynn, I have a
Yes,
little
April?
bit.
Oh,
I was
I'm
a
not a
little bit
lawyer.
confused. A little bit confused with that phrase, with that sentence. And what good does it do you to own the stars? I don't. If
Oh,
I have
yes.
to write it myself, I will say, and what good does it if you for you to own the stars? No.
No, it would have to be, what good is it for you to own the stars, but what good does it do you to own the stars? What good does it do you to practice your pronunciation? What good does it do you to come and read this book? Okay? What good is it to you? Yeah? Same kind of meaning. Is it good for you?
What good does it do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because of that use of do you. What good does it? So you've got to do. What good does it do you to do something else? Complex phrase, complex sentence. What good does it do you to play the
Okay.
lottery every week? No good at all, because we never bloody win. But it gives us hope, doesn't it? It gives me hope. That's the sort of thing my husband would ask me. What good does it do you to play the lottery every week? You never win, but I might. Okay?
Okay, but it is still complicated for me.
It's a complex
That,
sentence. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, a complex sentence. Yeah.
It's not a simple sentence. But you can rewrite these sentences, yeah? Okay. So a more general sentence would be, what good is it to own the stars? Yeah?
Yeah, that is more comprehend to me.
Yeah, but that would be a general sentence for anybody. Well, what good is it to own the stars? What good does it do anybody to own the stars? Yeah? But this is directed at the person. So what good does it do you to own the stars? Okay, Moz, would you like to read the next page as you are back?
Which I was ordered by my mother, so well, that's why I'm away for
No, that's okay.
weeks ago. So
That's okay. It's okay.
that's our word.
You want to
Which
know
is
where
up.
we're up to? Okay, we're at page 43 that begins, no, but I can put them in the bank.
Oh, I see it. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. No, but I can put the in the back. or ever does that mean? That means that I write the number of my stars on a little paper, and then I put this paper in a drawer and lock it with a key. And that is all. That is enough. So the businessman, it is entertaining, thought the little prince. It is rather poetic, but it is of no great consequence. On matters of consequence, the little prince had ideas which were very different from those of the grown-ups. I myself own a flower. He continued his conversation with the businessman, which I water every day. I own 3 volcanoes, which I clean out every week. But I also clean out the one that is extinct. One never knows. It is of some use to my volcanoes, and it is of some use to my flower that I own them. But you are of no use to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth, but he found nothing to say in answer, and the little prince went away. That the grown-ups are certainly altogether extraordinary, he said, simply talking to himself as he continued on his journey.
Very good. Well done. Nicely read.
Thank you.
Okay. So, just one little word. Again, this is more of an observation.
Drawer.
Drawer.
Okay. Drawer. Okay.
Drawer.
Drawer.
Okay. Drawer.
Okay.
Now,
Draw. Draw.
they're very similar to draw. And quite often you'll hear somebody just say draw rather than drawer. Okay, so sometimes you have to figure out what's a draw and what is to draw by the context. Okay, but you did it very well, Moz. You did it very well. Okay,
Thanks.
perfect. Okay, any questions about the text, about any words? No? Okay. I think then it must be Shiny's turn to read chapter 14, page 44, Shiny.
Yes. Chapter 14. The little prince visits the lamplighter. The 5th planet was very strange. It was the smallest of all. There was just enough room on it for a street lamp and a lamplighter. The little prince was not able to reach any explanation of the use of a street lamp and a lamplighter. Somewhere in the heavens, on a planet which had no people and not one house, but he said to himself, nevertheless, it may well be that this man is absurd. But he is not so absurd as the king, the conceited man, the businessman, and the tippler. For at least his work has some meaning. When he lights his street lamp, it is as if he brought one more star to life, or one flower. When he puts out his lamp, he sends the flower or the star to sleep. That is a beautiful occupation, and since it is beautiful, it is truly useful. When he arrived on the planet, he respectfully saluted the lamplighter. "Good morning. Why have you just put out your lamp?" Those are the orders," replied the lamplighter. "Good morning." "What are the orders?" "The orders are that I put out my lamp. Good morning. Good evening." And he lighted his lamp again.
Very good. Well done. Nearly got you, didn't it? Good morning, good evening. Okay, very good. And yeah, I can't find any fault with that. I've tried, but perfect. Perfect pronunciation. There is nevertheless. You could say it a little bit more quickly.
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless.
Nevertheless, but the way you said it was fine. A little bit slower, but it's maybe just because it's a long word. So try it a little bit more quickly. Let me just type it up. So, nevertheless.
Nevertheless.
Yeah, perfect. Good. I know it's difficult because you've got nevertheless. 4 syllables, 3 words. If you notice, never and the and less. But nevertheless, it's an easy word to say. Perfect. Okay, how are we doing for time? I think we've got time to finish this chapter. Let's see if we can get it back on. So, April, can you read another page?
Yes, I
We'll
think.
try.
Okay. But why have you just lighted it again? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. I do not understand, said the little prince. There is nothing to understand, said the lamplighter. Orders are orders. Good morning. And he put out his lamp. Then he mopped his forehead with a handkerchief decorated with red squares. I follow a terrible profession. In the old days it was reasonable. But I put the lamp out in the morning, and in the evening I lighted it again. I had the rest of the day for relaxation, and the rest of the night for sleep. And the orders have been changed since that time? The orders have not been changed, said the lamplighter. That is the tragedy. From year to year the planet was turned more rapidly and the orders have not been changed. Then what? Asked the little prince. Then the planet now makes a complete turn every minute, and I no longer have a single second for repose. Once every minute I have to light my lamp and put it out. That is very funny. A day lasts only 1 minute, here where you live. It is not funny at all, said the lamplighter. While we have been talking together, a month has gone by. A month? Yes, a month. 30 minutes, 30 days. Good evening. And he lighted his lamp again. As the little prince watched him, he felt that he loved this lamplighter who was so faithful to his orders. He remembered the sunsets which he himself had gone to seek in other days merely by pulling up his chair, and he wanted to help his friend. Thank you.
Very
That's all I
good.
think.
Well done. Okay, you get 1 smiley, which is very well done, and 2 words. Now I could be mean here. Shall I be mean or not? Shall I be nice or shall I be mean?
Just be mean, Lynn. That is
Okay.
That's you.
I'm going to be mean then. Hang on a second. I'm going to be... let's see if I can find it. It's always difficult to find these things, but... here we go. I'm going to be a lamplighter. Okay. Poor little lamb. Fetch the fire brigade. Okay, that is a lamplighter. There's a lamb, and I've set it on fire. I'm a lamplighter. You've got to get the P. Lamp lighter. Oh, let's extinguish him. Okay, so lamp lighter, April, with a P.
Okay, lamp lighter.
That's
Lamp
better.
lighter.
Lamp lighter. That's it. Yeah, don't call the RSPCA on me. The lamb's not real. The other word was faithful. Faith. You've got to get the th and then the f. Faithful. Try it.
Faithful.
That's
Faith,
it.
faithful.
It's not nice, is it?
Faithful.
Faithful. Okay, what you've got to avoid is saying something like fateful or a faceful. You've got to do faithful. Okay. Okay. A face full
Yeah,
of pie.
I have to spit. I have to spit.
No, try not to spit.
Oh my!
Don't
my
spray
screen.
it. Oh, what we say is say it, don't spray it. Okay. Slightly crude thing to say, but say it, don't spray it. As in, try not to spit at the person you're talking to. Faithful. Okay. You gotta have faith, and you get a smiley for relaxation. Well done.
There is another word with r. I wasn't. What was it, Lynn, in my text?
Revolution.
No, revolution was before this one.
Okay.
Here is somewhere. I can't
I don't
find
know.
it.
Sorry.
Relaxation, and then that is tragedy. Oh no. Maybe it's at the relaxation.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe
possibly. Okay. Okay, then we're just coming to the end of this chapter, I think. If Eleanor would like to read this page, the next page, then we'll stop.
Okay. It begins with, you know, he said. Am I right?
Correct.
You know, he said, I can tell you a way you can rest whenever you want to. I always want to rest, said the lamplighter. For it is possible for a man to be faithful and lazy at the same time. The little prince went on with his explanation. Your planet is so small that 3 strides will take you all the way round it. To be always in the sunshine, you need only walk along rather slowly. When you want to rest, you will walk, and the day will last as long as you like. That doesn't do me much good, said the lamplighter. The one thing I love in life is to sleep. Then you're unlucky, said the little prince. I am unlucky, said the lamplighter. Good morning. And he put out his lamp. That man, said the little prince to himself as he continued farther on his journey, that man would be scorned by all the others, by the king, by the conceited man, by the tippler, by the businessman. Nevertheless, he is the only one of them all who does not seem to me ridiculous. Perhaps that is because he is thinking of something else besides himself. He breathed a sigh of regret and said to himself again, that man is the only one of them all whom I could have made my friend, but his planet is indeed too small. There's no room on it for 2 people. What the little prince did not dare confess was that he was sorry most of all to leave this planet, because it was blessed every day with 1,440 sunsets.
Very good. Well done. Nicely read. And perfect. Just one tiny little word. And it was such a shame. But it's that little word here. Guess what you swallowed.
Ah, possible.
That's
possible.
it. Because
Uh,
you're doing
uh,
fantastic. This is the perfect book for you, by the way, Eleanor. Little Prince, Little Prince. And you've done so well. And then we got
I am
possible, and it was possible.
I am on my guard all the time, believe it or not, where I see, oh, I'm prepared.
But you've done it with people. You've got it right with people.
Yeah.
But possible just caught you out, I'm afraid. But never mind. I hope it was nice and tasty for you. That little
A little addition to my breakfast, yes.
Absolutely. Now, there's just one word I want to show to you all. Can anybody tell me? If you notice in this book, it's the lamplighter lighted. He extinguished and then he lighted the lamp. So, what's the difference between lighted and lit?
British lit, am I right? Oh.
Yeah. But that said,
I thought...
sadly, lighted is becoming more common. So what's happened is the verb, I know, the verb to light, which used to be an irregular verb, is now becoming a regular verb, which becomes lighted. However, we're in flux, and I would still say lit. He lit the lamp. He extinguished the lamp. He lit the lamp. Okay? But yes, it's one of those things that is just... You can say whichever you prefer, to be honest. So you can light a lamp and you can say you lit it, or you can light a lamp and you can say you lighted it. It doesn't matter. Okay? You can put it out, you can extinguish it, you can put it out, switch it off, depending on how you lit it in the first place. But I'll say lit, sorry. It just lighted sounds awful to me, but it's up to you what you want to say. Okay? Any questions before we finish?
Can you pronounce that word repose, Lynn? Repose? I don't know.
Repose. Yeah, repose.
Okay,
it's
then,
nothing to do with reposing. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not like to pose and to repose something. That you would stress more repose. Yeah, so I reposed the model. Okay? The model was posed, I reposed the model. But repose, if you notice it's slightly shorter, repose, it just means to rest. Bit of an old-fashioned... I wouldn't say I will go for my repose now. I'm going to the gym, by the way, but... Okay, so to rest. Okay? Any questions? Yeah, we're finishing April, so... yeah, I will be gone. By the time you're back, I will be gone. But I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I hope you're enjoying the book as much as I am. But, oh, I've disappeared in there. I will tip my hat to you all and say goodbye. I'll see you hopefully in the next session, sometime this week anyway. Take care. Oh, Moz, go on then, very quickly.
Will you host holidays like Christmas or like that, or you're going somewhere like vacation? Because I'm still learning on this forum. I'm keeping watch the calendar. I don't know if you are available during those days.
I'm sorry, which days?
Holidays.
Oh, during my holidays, I'll be around. I will be on, probably you could find me on the forum or on Discord. But where if you notice in the calendar, it will say on a break. Okay.
Okay.
Because I won't be able to run sessions as such. But I'll be around on the forum. I'll be around in Discord if you've got a question or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
And you might find me chatting away in Vikings or something. But yes, I will be on holiday. But the calendar is up to date, so if you check the calendar, then you'll see when I'm here, when I'm not. But yeah, you can still contact me on the forum and in Discord because they're easy to keep on my phone. The other stuff I can't do from a laptop or my phone on wireless or whatever. It's just not possible. Okay? I have to have access to my computer, and my computer stays off when I'm on holiday just about. I'll also be around doing a bit of work as well. So where you see it says holiday, do not forget that it's not that I'm on holiday, it's just I'm doing development work for the websites as well, to try and get some more content up, as I don't have much time to do that whilst I'm running sessions, I'm afraid. Is that okay, Moz? Does that answer your question?
Okay, that's all right.
Okay.
So,
Okay then, take care. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye bye.